So guys, in this video, I'll give you the latest boots on the ground info about what the sales and promos and incentives are here in China. We'll talk a little bit about their achievements as well. So first of all, here you see a bunch of these posters. These are actually my posters. These are the posters that NIO owners can share. And this is one of the current promotions that they're doing. So of course, if you get a friend to test drive a vehicle, they could potentially win. For example, the number one prize is a Vado electric assisted bike worth 34,990 RMB. There's a slight chance that you might get that, but most likely you won't. But this is one of the test drive incentives to get people to test drive the vehicle. And then the second best thing you could get for test driving a vehicle is a 8,980 rowing exercise machine worth 8,980 RMB. Also quite nice, pretty good looking as well. The third best prize you can get is a inflatable canoe worth about 2,999 RMB. Also quite nice as well. And then the fourth best prize that you can get for test driving a NIO is a inflatable paddleboard worth 1,799 RMB. Of course, these are not guaranteed. These are all like slight chances. And then you're most likely to get a free NIO drink, which is what they actually want to give you, because then you have to go to a NIO house and you get to see what the NIO house is all about. So this is definitely some pretty nice incentives that they got here. Okay, just remember, it seems like cash burn, but it's actually not a whole lot of cash burn. All right, they're only giving it out in small amounts. Next, I want to go through this interesting statistic that one of the NIO managers shared with me, and this is actually the sales and achievements of NIO here in Beijing. And you can tell NIO's doing actually quite well. NIO sold 1,226 vehicles, whereas BMW only sold 530, and then Benz only sold 198, Hongqi sold 181, Smart sold 159, Audi sold only 88, Volvo 42, Porsche sold 38 here in Beijing, Cadillac 28, and Lexus only 7. Holy crap, Lexus only sold 7, whereas NIO sold 1,226 here in Beijing. So we're doing like more than 100x better than Lexus here in Beijing. All right. And for the best-selling vehicle model, this is an interesting statistic for Beijing. All right. ES6 sold 174, GLC from Benz 124, the Audi Q5 102, BMW X3 90, and BMW iX3 only 7. So you can tell when it comes to pure electric SUV, NIO wins for sure here in Beijing. And even for like these gasoline vehicles, they can't really outsell NIO as well. Okay, so of course one of the biggest things that they were doing for last month was actually 0% cost to trade in a BBA car for a NIO ET5 or ET5T with BAS, but it wasn't really widely marketed. But now apparently right now it's like official that everybody's promoting this around China. So you can trade in a up to a 3-year-old BMW 3 Series for a brand new NIO ET5 or ET5T. And along that, you also get a lot of different perks as well. So for example, you get 18,000 RMB of free options. So you can just spec up the car and not worry about adding extra money. So better rims, better massage interiors, or NOMI, that kind of stuff. You get 40 free battery swap vouchers. This is pretty nice. And then you get 10,000 RMB of gas to EV subsidy. And this is a subsidy, sort of an incentive that NIO is giving for gasoline owners to switch to a NIO. And then of course BAS, you still have that pay 4 months, get 1 month free. And there's inventory car discount. There's further discount if you go for inventory car as well. And there's actually lock-in gift. I'm not too sure what the lock-in gift is, but if you lock in your order, you get extra gifts apparently. And of course, it's 0% down, and you just basically trade in your car. And the way it works is you have to go and get it valued at a secondhand dealer, and the secondhand dealer has to be willing to take in that car at that price. And then you go to NIO, and then they're gonna do everything, and you just basically pick out the car that you want. Very nice. On top of that, there's 4,560 RMB worth of NOP Plus for 1 year. So you get to use the free, basically autopilot for 1 year of usage. So what's really interesting is BMW's official price is 299k RMB, which is just like 1k RMB more expensive than NIO's ET5 and ET5T starting price. But at BMW dealers, you can buy the BMW 3 Series for 240k RMB. Okay, and of course, NIO with BAS, the vehicle is only at 229k RMB, which is a little bit cheaper than what you pay for a BMW 3 Series at a dealer. So of course, if you do this trade-in, you're going to get the car with BAS, battery rental. The battery's not included, and then you have all these incentives to go along with it. And then there was a very interesting survey that was posted, and it was about, would you want to trade in your car for a BMW 3 Series for NIO ET5 and ET5T? And very interestingly, out of 1,500 people that participated, 62.39% said yes, they would. So you can tell, 62.39, my bad. You can tell most people are actually willing to trade in a BMW 3 Series for ET5 or ET5T. So one other very interesting thing that you're noticing here in China that I'm noticing is that people are actually willing to compare more. They're comparing cars more and more. Before, it used to be people just straight up, they want a Model Y, they go and pull the trigger, but now they test drive other cars to see and make sure, the Model Y has been out for a while, but you hear a lot of news about the Model Y and lots of like brake failure and that kind of stuff. So people do test drive around and see what's going on, and they do kind of do market research, and a lot of good things have been happening, like marketing wise for NIO. For example, last month there was that famous ES6 that was that fell in the water but was able to float because of great sealage. All right, but then this month, just a couple days ago, we talked about how there was a ES8 and an EC7 that was trapped in mud in Xinjiang in China, and miraculously NIO was there to rescue them very quickly, and this also made headlines. It was also very good promotion, very good marketing. And what people have realized, all right, through all this, is the fact that other manufacturers, they make good cars. Some of them make very good cars, like Zeekr. All right, Zeekr's cars are pretty good, but then when it comes to service, these guys have shit service. All right, the car is good, but service is shit. And what's really apparent is some people, they have a dilemma. Like, they don't know which car to purchase, and they ask a lot of these big content creators here in China that do these live streams, and then they get these customers, these fans, to call them in, and then they tell them what they want to buy, and then they ask the content creator if it's a good purchase or not, and then they either tell them hey, it's a good car, you should buy it, or you should buy something else. And what's really apparent is when it comes to these cars versus NIO, people always recommend a NIO for the quality and then for the service, and of course the incentives are very, very nice, and of course battery swap. And then when they're asked about something like Zeekr, all right, they say that it's a great car, they got great control and driving dynamics, but then when it comes to service, the service is shit. They only care about service. They only got some good service when you buy the car at the moment of purchase, taking delivery of the car, but afterwards they don't give a crap about you. So apparently this is one of the messages that a lot of content creators here in China is giving out. All right, so it's becoming more common knowledge that NIO has great service. That's something that we all know for a fact, and it's a good thing that people are recommending this as well. So very interesting with the $0 down, zero fees to just change a BBA car to a NIO. And of course, NIO CEO wants this to happen. Their primary target customer are BBA consumers, BBA owners. Over, I think, 80%, all right, NIO CEO said before, 80% of their customers used to be a BBA owner. So that's going to continue to grow. BBA's deliveries and sales are going to continue to fall here in China, and they will continue to be beaten by NIO. And they cannot compete in terms of whether it's gasoline car or the EVs, especially the EVs. they got no chance. They got no chance. All right. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.